you're building so many different companies, would it not make more sense, or what is the argument for not just focusing on like one company or two companies and rather than distributing your I guess your focus across so many different companies?
Yeah, there are many reasons. I think the key reason is that I personally prefer having many companies where each company is not that big versus having one large company. Because if you have one large startup, then it becomes like a job. So you're owning it, but in fact you have the board, you have employees, and everything. And you become bound to the ideas. You are not free to pivot whenever you want. So the whole thing becomes very similar to a job. And I really like the freedom of being early with startups. And I like to have a lot of startups that are early. That's one reason. So that's personal reason where I have like my lifestyle, and I have a lot of kids, and the way I live my life kind of, it works really well for me.
How many kids do you have?
I have 3, but I plan 5, so I have
really?
2 more coming, and I like to spend time with them, and I live in the forest, and I don't like to be in the office and all things like that. But that's one reason, which is a strong reason, but even a stronger reason is the other one. So all my startups, they look like different projects, but they all share the same audience. So I build products for busy founders. So the busy founder is the new type of founder where one founder does most of the job instead of hiring people. And you see that being mainstream now. Even YC-backed startups are bragging about their headcount, but not about the number like that's high, but that's low. Like they say we're just 3 people or we're just 5 people, where in the past people would say we're like 50 people or 100 people. So now it's kind of cool to be small, and that group of founders is growing. And I kind of predicted that way before. And I thought like I have to build products that work really well for busy founders, not for managers or employees or teams, but for busy founders. And the key difference here is that founders care about outcome. They don't care about the process. So they usually don't want complicated interfaces. They just want things to get done. Like ideally, there's one button they click, start, and the whole thing is done. Like that's their dream, because I'm a busy founder and that's my dream, and that's shared. And because I have the same audience on all of my products, I solve most of the distribution this way. So I have like 20 products, and if one person joins one of my products, then there's really high chance the same person will use at least 5 more products, or 6 more, or 10 more, or 20 more. I have people using all my products. And in this case, suddenly the acquisition cost for the user and lifetime value is in my favor, because lifetime value now is a sum of all my products that are used by the same person in average. So if otherwise, lifetime value of one product is $400, for example. But if I have 10 products, then it's $4,000. Now I can spend a lot more on acquisition, and also one customer kind of brings me 10x in revenue compared to me running one product. So that's kind of 2 reasons. So one reason is that it's a great distribution strategy because people use my products across. And the other one is that my life is still kind of free. So I'm free to do everything. I can start new project whenever I feel like that. I can pause, or I can pivot things, and I don't have to ask for permissions from my investors.
Hey, if you enjoy that clip, you're going to love the full episode of Winning Friends. Check it out in the link below.